Hello! What's up, everybody? Welcome in. My name is Casey. I am the Guardian Oracle 33. I started getting really bright and really sunny, and I just shifted my chair out of the way, so we're back into the sun. The wind's starting to pick up. I am a psychic medium, an intuitive, a channeled reader. Happy 11/11. Here we are, 11/11. All right. So I'm not sure what kind of read we're going to do yet. I'm still tuning in to Spirit. So I'm just going to clear the energy. As soon as I got on here, I'm hearing McCall. McCall. McCave. Mallory. I heard bird's eye view. Animals are very prominent indicators here for somebody. Oh, it's like a little sparrow. I heard tree bird. I heard tree dogs too, so somebody might have some hounds. Hounds could be prominent. Welcome in, guys. All right. I'm not sure where we're going with this read. If we're going to do a collective, or if I thought about doing an all signs for the 11/11. But we'll just see where we go. I'll wait for a few people to get on here. Welcome in if you guys are new here. Welcome back. Thank you guys for hitting the like button and the subscribe button. It helps. I heard liar. And then I heard Lyra. Lyra. The name Lisa as well. I'm hearing the name Ivar. And the first time I ever heard that was off of the Vikings, the series on YouTube, Ivar. And Ivar, his legs were paralyzed. Remember, he was born with fucked up legs, and it was very crazy because those kids, you know, Bjorn was from Agatha, a whole different bloodline, and then the rest came from the other chick, and I can't even remember her name. Ivar comes through. There could be something too, a bird just flew over my head, where there's two different sorts of descendants, or from two different bloodlines. Maybe they share the same parent, or you in whatever way, but I am seeing that overcoming. I mean, Ivar ended up learning how to walk. He made legs and, I mean, a very tenacious energy. But it was fueled in the wrong way, you know. Hearing I am Sam, green eggs and ham, Louisiana, here in Lake Tahoe. Ashland. Ashland, where's Ashland at? What's up, guys? Welcome in. What up, Wade? I love you guys. Greetings, Patrick. Hello, sir. I hope everybody is staying warm. It is 32 degrees here in north central Florida. Really? Right now, it is freaking stunning. It is absolutely stunning out here in the sun. I had a sweater on. I had to take it off. The rays of light feel so amazing. Light rays, too. The name Ray. And I'm hearing like Ray Mantis. Ray Mantis. I'm also hearing the name Ronaldo. Ronaldo? No, Ronaldo? Ronaldo. Maybe somebody's spirit guide. Okay. Ronaldo. Why can I not say Ronaldo? Somebody's speech could be changing too. There could be something mini mass, so getting to the authentic self. Somebody channels here. They channel a my phone goes off. a different being, you know, and I can see like all of a sudden nature starts, like pieces of nature starting to, I can see cobwebs that are from the trees, and you know, there's these little June bugs flying around. What do you call those? Gnats? It's not a gnat, it's a gnat. It's just spelt with a G. Okay, so the energetic movement comes up. Man, that's funny. Water heater starts ticking. You know, there's a lot of indicators here. Something's igniting, and it is safe for you to shine. All right, and I almost feel like this level of protection that somebody has around them. I keep hearing like unidentifiable. You know, I keep hearing, you know, anybody ever been driving 66s? I say this. Um, Cosmic ancestors, voice your concerns. Voice your concerns. The Cosmic Heart, 33. So my guides had me on a walk, and I'm like, I'm good in the sweater, and they're like, no, and they kept showing me a pink shirt in my mind, so I'm like, I'm not gonna go put a shirt on. So I start walking over there. They had me move my table. I looked down, and I was like, there's this tiny little beautiful white feather, and I heard face to your true north. So, headlights could be prominent. What is that song? There's an Eminem song called Headlights. That's prominent here. The Blue Month. What's up? You love my hair? Thank you. Had to do something with this old nest. This old nest. This house. Native American. This old nest. Hey, Ooh. I would say too, like, there's the medicine man here that shows up in this read, a Native American, very prominent. I was talking about, right, the Vikings, and then we've got the Celtic cross that comes out. Could be a fire sign here. You know, there could be, it's like, I don't know if this is watching or it's saying, I call back my power. So maybe this power comes out as the power that's within this wisdom and knowledge that somebody's bringing forth here. I see an older woman, you know, and somebody's faith is like very esoteric here. The other side of it says carpenter, a builder. Jesus was a carpenter, right? Betrayal. All right, so I'm going to do some channeled messages off of that. I'm calling back my power. Watching. So I wonder if this is like, say I see divine guidance and divinity sticking up as I look over here. Benefactor, grace and generosity. So number 3, that's 333 that's come out. The divine, divinity. Every moment is filled with divinity to cherish it. You're not meant to struggle and fight your way through. Drop the concerns of your ego and watch imaginary walls crumble away. You have already won. So it's saying there's no problem here. Create space to welcome positive change into your life. Let go of everything that doesn't align with the future that you are creating. And it too, there's a lot of work out here. Okay, there's a lot of energy work. Somebody's doing a lot of work, whether this is within themselves. This has to do with the integrity. I heard space bound. I'm a rocket ship in your hearts to the moon, and I made it without you. Without you. I'm 150,000 miles. I don't know all the words to that, but I'm hearing that. And the other song was Headlights. I'm also hearing that song, Crash That Piece of Shit, and then stepped away. So, lots of energy that's coming in. Why is this medicine man prominent here? Okay, I'm calling back your power. Because I'm seeing, you know, abundance is a state of mind, and it's in reverse. And then underneath that, I see a wholeness. I wonder if this is opposing, clearing core wounds out here. Somebody here is really taking a look at 33 soulmate, shifting their perspective in a specific direction here. It's two faces that meet. Somebody scries. Talks about soul time. The frequency of soul time asks us to allow the prosperity of new reality to emerge. One that embraces the concepts. One that embraces the concept that while the corporeal body is mortal, the soul is timeless, limitless, and infinite. I call back my power, Native American, medicine woman, medicine man. And here's another Native American here too with the King of Swords. Birds are really prominent too when I started this read. Something here about an arrow too, this bow and arrow. I did channel the other day Archer, the centaur. The centaur. It's like I keep hearing I won't miss my mark. I won't miss my mark. Shift your perspective. So Holy Spirit, Holy Angels, I call on you now. Awaken, O wise one within me. I heard that. Awaken, O wise one within me too. Mars energy. Okay, because I'm seeing like this portal energy. And then they're saying like many layers through this portal. I'm hearing timescape. Morales. In Spanish should be like Morales. Time. The time. Okay. So it's like showing me this scripted time, something scripted to, I'm hearing evacuation plan. Evacuation plan. I am Sam. Alright, somebody also channels like a specific name or when I say channel, it's like this communication that's within your mind. Sensations, the shift in the energies, body sensations. I'm also hearing Maryland. And I did channel the name Monroe as well. Damascus. This is a knife. I heard jagged edge. Mick Jagger. Hearing Bellevue. Belmont. A mosaic. Aphrodite. Anesthesiologist or anesthesia. The name Anastasia could also be prominent too. Gypsy soul, gypsy night. Belmore. It's like lots of that Bell name. The all-seeing eye too, and it's like all-encompassing eye. It's like an eye within an eye. Just be prominent here. With the portal being open. It's like the eye within the eye. Alright. No, it's not. 767. 942. Okay. September 4th of 2002. Alright. And then you've got July 6th of 2007 out here. Here in 1997. Somebody keeps finding a dime. They're having a circle too. A dime out here. They find dimes and look at the year. I heard my beloved. The name Amanda. The name James. David. Marissa. I heard moose meat. What's moose meat? Unless it really is moose meat. Salvador. Quebec. The name Jocelyn. Jerry Lynn. I keep channeling that name too. Jerry Lynn. The name Lenny. Now hearing Lenny Kravitz. Touched by the sun, right? The eyes that see. Alright, the senses that feel. This timescape. It's like surpassing through space and time. So there is like a energy of somebody that's holding space here through space and time. Okay, so this is being completely supported in the wisdom to receive guidance through these higher realms. It's not so much calling back your power as it is learning, know that it's there, because there's this clearing of a core wound that's calling that back. So it seems. So somebody says that, so it seems. So mote it be. Sunflowers are also prominent here. Sacagawea, I'm hearing that again. What up, Herman? Hi, beautiful Cindy. I got my galactic passport. Woohoo! Always take what resonates, leave what's not. Thank you, Wade. Thanks again for the last reading, by the way. You're awesome. You're welcome. Oh, the last live I did. You know what? I was watching last night, and it was amazing read, actually, because when I did it, I felt like my energy was all over the place. But when I go back, like, for me as a reader, I like somebody who does, I like the channeled messages, somebody who allows it to flow. I mean, oh, look, that's a squirrel. And then, you know, it's hard for me to stay on a timeline or a storyline because there's so many different energies that are, like, coming into this collective at this time. So there's a lot of energies that I'm able to pick up on. Somebody has, like, this scalar wave type energy, and it brings forward some sort of resonance, okay, through this crystalline grid, taking on a lot of light. So with the sun, this resonance, this absorption, this unique bond with nature and animals. Somebody hears, like, the birds, man. They're subtle. Sing, sweet nightingale, sing, sweet nightingale. Ah. Cinderella. It's a Cinderella story. Cinderella. You know, I think it, for a lot of the collective, it's felt like a Cinderella story, you know. When deep in your heart, you just feel, you know, there's just mean people. And when you start to see that, like, your vision changes and shifts about humanity in its own. And at some points we can get caught up in that reality of, like, I see some of the comments that people put on other people's stuff or just shorts, and I'm like, wow, you know, everybody's got to have an opinion. Everybody's got to put it out there. Everybody's got to be, you know, and when you can transcend past that point of realizing, you know, we're creating this, we're calling these things in. Having this vision now, and I do want to say somebody that we want to get, they're diverting me, okay, so, and divergent, I heard I identify as a divergent, okay, and a divergent is somebody who's not, doesn't fit into a mold, you know, you're not going to bend my will, you know, because there's something that's driving the collective here, or person, place, or thing in such a direction that it's like it's been in the shadow, so it hasn't, looks different, something about this looking different in the shadow, because my pyramid right here is casting a shadow directly over these two faces. One is in the light and one is in the dark. So from shadow to shadow, from ashes to ashes, dust to dust. It's like each one of them, it's like they're opposites. So, wow, 33. Somebody at the core of you know, they've been able to step into each other's roles here, or being able to connect with something on such a profound level, a very mature masculine energy that comes through here, and it feels like that's what's within this. Something here with the ways of the words, this intellect. This could be coming from spirit as well as dreams. Okay, there's some sort of, obviously, doorway that has opened now. Here's the portal, and I kept drawing circle, 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 and this is talking about life force energy and peace of mind. Through love, release, and interactivity, I know peace. I have a gentle perspective on life, and I meet each step with confidence. I remain brave in the face of fear. So it's like I heard meeting your maker. Isn't there a movie too where, like, look, because then I look at this too. It's like The Man Behind the Curtain, Follow the Yellow Brick Road, right? And when she pulls the curtain back, it's what's his name? And he's, you know what I mean? It's like whether this is a different version of you or this is like worldly, because I do feel like a spy energy with the eyes that continue to come out. And I was thinking about that when I was brushing my teeth too. I kept hearing that spy, and like I couldn't help but lately feel this energy in the collective of like murders being solved and dirty deeds thunderstruck. And we've been talking about thunder and lightning a lot on this, and it's like something is profoundly open or clairvoyant to where there's this vision. Somebody's able now to pick up on other things. I mean, I was taking a shower, and even the glass that comes together, it's like a tempered glass, so you can't really see through it in the shower. And as the steam was on there was thousands of different types of faces that were coming through as water would splash on there. You could see the eyes. So somebody's like very profoundly aware of a reality, whether this is trying to shift this perspective or it's like something in an eclipse where they just barely pass. And there was something within that moment that was very profound for somebody here, in whatever way that would mean. In the eclipse, a lot of the things, when things are being eclipsed out, it's getting rid of the things that don't belong. All right, I see arranged marriage out here too. There is a Native American spirit here, that's indigenous to these lands and other lands outside of that. There's sacred wisdom and knowledge here that lies within a very strong ancestor. This could come through. I'm hearing a blue falcon, and in the military, that's our code word for buddy fucker. Basically, somebody who, don't be a blue falcon, like don't fuck your buddy. I heard that right now, but a very prominent, just this big bird, and I'm not sure if that is, I mean, it's a huge bird. It looks like a giant hawk or a giant, I mean, that eagle's huge if it's an eagle. I mean, and it's aspected as this other version of you that comes through. This is a watcher, this is a guardian, okay, for those of you. And this does have to do, and this is not going to resonate with everybody. Not everybody's going to resonate with that Native American spirit, but it's like through. So I want to understand like what we're saying here. Take action, right? So there's a unique bond that you have with somebody here. It's like the land has to do with the land remembering this essence or the ceremony. I heard read the smoke signals. Read the smoke signals. I heard saloon. Somebody too here, they're doing a aerial viewing. They're doing this through their consciousness. Okay, so this is something that they're seeing through these visions that they're receiving, whether this is through some sort of sacred ceremony. All right, this has to do with I heard truths. I'm seeing benefactor again, so grace and generosity that comes through this. There's an attention on whatever it is that you're doing, and I want to say that's not just in this realm, but in many realms. So that there's something that's coming into balance after a lot of work that's going into right now. I almost want to say like somebody's bidding or buying tickets or betting on something, betting on like you know, if somebody's here is to lose their balance or not, or it feels competitive in a way. This is like somebody's main guide. This guide's just stepping through. This is like somebody, you know, you got hit by a tranquilizer. I don't know. I heard that shot with a dart or shot, you know. I want to know more about this. It's very awesome. I hide behind material things. It says over here. I'm hearing servitude. Channeled messages, please. Holy Spirit, Holy Angels. I am a being of light. I receive the divine energy within and I regenerate every cell, the void. So somebody hears in the great cosmic womb, okay? This energy, the great cosmic womb. So it's talking about and embracing winter. All right, so there could be something in the back of these mountains. It's snowy as well, collective. So there could be something December. All right, I'm seeing 1212, the seed of the 12. Ascended masters create open communication. So this is coming from the higher realms. All right. And I also want to say, like, these other aspected dimensional aspects of yourself. And this feels like you're getting to this place through an inner journey of meditation. Somebody does the and like the calling on the white light. Calling on the white light. Calling on the white light. Going back through to, it's like this too looks like something with this medicine man, this Native American energy that's coming through here. With the void being in the center of that. An ascended master showing up. I see the Ace of Swords and the King of Swords. Ascended master. Okay, so you could be dealing, I remember, a soul plan, the fated life versus the destiny life. So through this void, there is some sort of shamanic release that comes through, whether this is through, I heard transgressional therapy, remembering something here, the great cosmic womb, maybe something once that was in the void that's pertaining to this. What's up, son?
Please, the hose off the trailer. Please.
Okay. Pinch it, and you shouldn't really hose that off when it's pretty warm today, but...
The thing's not hot.
Well, I'm just
it has to be like cooking hot for that to crack.
Us.
Hey, tell the chat.
What up, Patrick?
Tell the chat I'm trading my dirt bike. Do you even know what my dirt bike looks like?
What up, Herman Smith?
Mom, ask the chat if they
what up, buddy, Jazz? Love you guys. Thanks for being in here. Cindy Lou Hoo. Hoo hoo. Aw. Thank you for the clutch. I don't know what that is, but thank you. I got a clutch, bro. Empathic starseed, energetic sovereignty, absorbing what's not yours. Okay, so I want to understand how this is aspected through love, release, and interactivity. So something's going on within the inside of this. There's a judgment. Okay? I remember. Alright. I remember. Okay, so you could have had too, like some sort of accident or something that's happened. It's like whatever it is, it opens something else up. Somebody here is going to use their hands and their mind to heal the physical body, their own body. If there's like a miracle that happens and it's undeniable, like somebody's blood type completely changes too. You could have been an A positive and now you're an O. Something just very, without a doubt. So tell me about the medicine man or woman. Tell me about the medicine man or woman. Unmarked Trail, a Revelation, number 56, May 7th. Hold on, little homie. Hold on, I gotta go help my son real fast. He's expelled from school because he went up to catch a football, and when he came down, it hit a kid in the nose with the elbow because he was under him, and yeah. Now he's kicked out. So 5 days. And he said he can go back on Friday. He said, fuck that, I'm not going back on Friday, Mom. I said, good, we got chores to do.
Ask the chat they listen to my dirt bike.
Look, a feather right here too.
Ask the chat they
That's
ever seen my dirt
crazy.
bike.
Nobody cares about that. I just found another one.
The chat don't even know I have 4 dirt
Alright, let's get the hose off. What you yapping?
Ain't nowhere you in lower class if your boy has 4 dirt bikes. Ain't no riding on that. He's a high class over here, that's
Okay, you're gonna have to pinch the hose wide and do it.
the hose in, big. Look at that, hurry up. Come on. I'm gonna add my silver for that man.
You kids, boy. He's like, get over here, boy. That kid. Hello, what's up, JD? What up, Patrick? What's up, guys? Welcome in. Alright. So I asked about the medicine man or medicine woman, too. And I'm hearing that song. Who is that? Like smoke rings in the dark. Gosh, who is that? I'm seeing a little tiny spider. Old country singer. Well, it's older now. Man, who sings Smoke Rings in the Dark? That's such a good song. That's prominent to somebody. Also being able to, somebody here captures like, I'm hearing smoke trails in whatever way. I seen a lady too. It's very interesting. Somebody could be, I'm seeing spectrums of light. Okay, I have goosebumps on my body. So I wonder if, I don't know if this is just something that subconsciously or like you're having this profound connection. I do want to say, like, through other realms, you're fully illuminated. Like there's this watcher energy as I look over and see divine guidance. I'm seeing Piscean time, creative in these emotions. Okay, so for the highest good, tell me more. Tell me more. So I remember this soul plan versus this faded life. Embracing the winter. So to embrace something that would be, you know, it's like, I know I keep getting like somebody had an NDE. A near-death experience and was out for a while. I don't know. It just feels like that. Outside of the body or being outside of the body. I want to say too, there's like something with moving the consciousness into a bird. Or like birds being watchers here. I'm hearing that song too, like two sparrows in a hurricane. You can't make this up. The bird comes out. Spirit messages. Alright? The name Jeffrey could be prominent here too. March. See, it keeps going back to Pisces because I also seen, where was that? 33 out here and we had, what was it, 37? Seeing there's like a lineup too. The Fibonacci code. Hearing that right now. And it's like the Pythagorean, it's the Fibonacci code. So there's esoteric wisdom out here, okay? There's a lot of things that are being found within this void. With the Ascended Masters being out here at 2-2, that's also an Ascended Masters number with the balance of the Two of Pentacles here. With ease, I heard with ease. Spirit message is 34. So there's about the bird here, and there's this unmarked trail, this revelation that comes through. I'm telling you, somebody has a bird or a sparrow, a falcon. There's something here with that. A raven or a crow, like something that's either you work with this. This is like somebody, this is your guide in your dreams. You're going on these journeys, okay? You're getting divine guidance. There's a time to replenish here, and it's like, what's replenishing you? Look, it's an empty well. And you have to go way down to the bottom of it to get anything out of it. Okay, January 6th is going to be prominent here. And this also, too, looks like a circle. Somebody, I'm telling you, circle, circle, circle. I don't know what that is. 0, 0, 0. There's something that somebody gets into and they move it and they can see. It's like moving their consciousness. This is, it's a very, well, servitude. I talked about servitude. So this is aspected of the self here in some ways. This native. So time to replenish. So replenishing through something. I'm telling you, this ascended master either comes through you, through this guy. I mean, they're aspected. They're not the same oversoul, okay? Because somebody straight up, like, and I can see it in my eyes. It's like the Dracula, how he goes from the vampire into the bat, right? What was that language? Sounds familiar. I love it. That sounds familiar. Thank you. That is actually light language. Some people in the religious, in the churches and stuff call it tongues. I didn't always have it. I didn't have it until, I don't know, 3 years ago now. 333 soulmate. So there's something too that comes through. And I'm talking about this ascended master energy. So something like shape shifts or transforms or goes through this void to be recalled. And when you go into this void, like something that could have felt very cold, very hard, very distant. All right, time to take action. Okay. So I want to say this life force energy. Look at this freaking eagle. I'm telling you, self-respect. Whatever this is, you gained your freedom from this. All right. There's a freedom, whether this is just, and freedom sitting literally right here. But when I seen freedom, the eagle is representative of freedom in the United States of America. Peace of mind. There is somebody that walks between both worlds, February 1st, February 6th, and February 16th, as well as June 12th, June 21st. Somebody's expecting. See, walking between two worlds, and between those worlds, it's like in one world. Okay, somebody goes to this other place in time and sees where they're a family with somebody else, this is in the astral realm, or they peek in. Look, they're looking through this realm. They're looking through. Look at this ascended master. Goes through this veil and is understanding something. And that's why I'm saying, like, maybe somebody from a different realm, this energy, right? It's so interesting because I want to understand, like, its frequency. There's something so prominent here in the past life of, like, this native medicine man. Create open communication. So somebody's opening communication with either this energy, and it's setting them free. Okay, this is about self-reflection here. I answer the request of my body and my soul. As a result, I learn to love myself. It's like somebody's being completely immersed within this light, and it's like it's seeking your heart. It's seeking your heart all the way through, You have to have a pretty pure heart, or pretty... I just want to say somebody out here is very blessed. They're very blessed. It's like, I think somebody was scared, like, what if I didn't awaken this lifetime? Like, what if these things that happened to me, I would never be where I'm at now. I would still be numb, like, what kind of clutch purse am I going to buy today, or coin purse, or a set of shoes? It's like, somebody used to shop a lot, and now they're minimalists. They enjoy nature, they enjoy the presence of other beings. Somebody here is getting to understand on a very deep level that they're guided above and beyond in whatever way, like this mediumship, this shamanic energy, this connection to the higher self, this intuition, this clairvoyance, this it's in so many ways. You're fucking tapped in. And it's like that tank has been filled. It's like awakening in this remembrance here too, this self-respect. So how is this helping the collective at this time? Balance your energy, all right? The initial S could be prominent here. Maintain balance in your energies to ensure overall harmony and stability. Ascended Masters, Spirit Messages. Ace, the name Ace could be prominent here as well. Stay balanced in your energy. 10, 11, 11, 11. No surprise, 10, 11. Somebody's birthday could be 10, 11. Also seeing the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm like a child who finds joy in the simplicity of life. Happiness lies in the spirit, not in the material things. Even the smallest joy is a great source of light. And look over here on this card, this channel message I read in the beginning of the collective. It's like I hide behind material things. And I just said somebody's not buying things like they used to. Somebody's not... See, and that's why I also was speaking of being between both worlds. There's an authentic expression that comes out here. And when I see this, it reminds me of the peacock. Express yourself authentically to release inner freedom and creativity. All right, so your spirit guides are coming through. This is the message here. Authentic expression. Is this a higher, like literally, I feel like somebody's higher energy in whatever ways, like they're communicating with this, somebody sees these, works with these, is in and off of ships, has complete awareness in whatever way. It's so, I just keep like, in my head, I'm like, you're so lucky because somebody's being able to, there's masters around. If you are going in whatever way, these journeys that you're on, body, mind, and soul, this is like a once in a lifetime, it's like you made it, you I don't know what this is that comes about. And I was talking about investigating or using, there's an essence of your soul that embodies this frequency of it's like telepathy with Gaia, to be able to speak with nature and embody that energy and that element to, it's just going to keep coming up, so I'm going to say it. Like somebody's missing or been missing. I seen like the avalanche and somebody out in Alaska or out in the desert somewhere, whether they've been burned, it was winter, whatever way, where people have just died. And it's like somebody's able to psychically view, and not just that, energetically be guided. They're like a guide that actually walks out to these terrains, and the land shows them where these bodies are buried, so they're solaced. It's like it's releasing the trauma, because when people understand what happened to their loved ones, it's a lot easier to move past that trauma than somebody who's hateful and spiteful. And really, I was thinking, if I was going to do anything, I would want to use my psychic abilities to help others in that way, because that would clear a lot of energy. Not only that, but when people start to delve into when somebody just knows things about your life, like people can say, oh, fuck the cards or whatever. The cards don't lie, it's energy. It's just because they're cards and they have, there's a lot of naysay in here. In somebody's like, you followed this path through being called crazy, through like, what do you mean, a fly's a shapeshifter, or they're watchers, or it's like always being aware of this omnipresence and how it can show up in so many different ways within your life. What up, Tarot Sherman? This is why she stops at time or signs to talk a lot. It's like you have many channels off at once. She's just one of another at a time. You say a lot. Okay. So you got Interstellar Journey. So there's this cosmic voyage to reveal mysteries and uncover new realms. So definitely somebody's using a means that is tied to ancestors and energy through. It seems impossible. It's like watching something appear out in nature that nobody else could see it. I don't know how. I heard one of the lucky ones, one of the chosen ones. It's like all of this to connect through spirit in whatever way. Uh, I'm hearing saboteur too right now. All right, present. The future doesn't exist and the past is gone. I focus on the present. I am once again confident in life. When my soul is ready, good things happen. Another, energy gateway. Goal setting. Set clear goals and create time to achieve your life's desires and your dreams. So dreams. Dream catcher. Dream catcher in the void, okay? So is there a Native American here or somebody that's doing this work, or is that's something that's coming through you? And it's like if you truly express yourself, you'll see the mastery. Mastery and the mystery through all things, because I'm watching this light transform into this bird. And it's like I heard, into the mist I go. Into the mist I go. All right. Channeled messages to go along with this message. Thing that needs to come through for the highest good of all. A revolution. War uprising. North America disaster. It's non-possessive love. I heard read the flip side. So some sort of martial artist. Okay, light warrior. Warrior of the light. Definitely shamanic medicine, because I can feel it's like I'm walking behind somebody. I'm seeing Eskimo, and I'm walking next to him, and it's Iceland. It's like the spirit, or maybe this is another version of you that you can see. That maybe somebody has this, and it's like going between realms. We're seeing this information here, in whatever way. It says divine guidance, but there is watchers. There is somebody that is watching here. And this would have to do with balance. I see destruction here. It goes over the void. Seeing destruction, war. Seeing the bigger picture's the lesson here in some ways. Late Bronze Age could be prominent here. Self-respect, physical or sexual abuse. All right, tell me more about this energy that comes through. Technology flipped over. I want it to come all the way out. Poverty and romance. True love, lower class. See, this is star-crossed lover too. Destruction. Love. Ascended masters. Okay, sending a message here about authentic expression. All right. I remember the soul plan versus the fated destiny life. I want to say too, if somebody has a lover, somebody has a divine guide in another way, there's a lot. It says romance here. True love. Spirit message. Maybe you have had flashbacks to being tortured or victimized in some way with another person. Passive conformity here. Faith, cult, the devil. So possessed. Torture. Alright, medicine man, the devil. Devil over the man. Okay, whoa, this just took a turn. Dark magic sits at the top with the devil here. Goes over underground civilization and torture here. This is a medicine man or woman. Telepathically, I was asking, what this medicine one, because when you kind of get that slight eerie feeling, my ears ringing too. There's core wound here in some way, and maybe this medicine man or medicine woman knows it, because there's somebody here who's an envisionist, can vision and see, all right? They can see something. Maybe this is having to do with a core wound here. So the devil comes out with dark magic in this underground civilization. Spirit messages, tell me more. Astral experiences, near-death experiences. I talked about at NDE. I heard a guide, but a guide. Near-death experience, non-possessive, an adult female. North America could be prominent here. Between lives. Wow, this is kind of, I got goosebumps right now. Branding, okay? Burning, the devil, it's hot. There's something here. There's a lot of fire energy that builds up over this medicine woman, an island. Something with an accidental death here, near-death experience, okay? Seen this medicine woman, knows this medicine woman. Action to move forward. Okay, so there's judgment here for action to move forward. Extraterrestrial. See, close encounter. This is insane. Off-worlder. I said in between both worlds. Where are we going with this? An authentic expression, ascended master, some sort of mystic, bro. And look at the birds again. A mystic. The birds here. It says spirit messages. Spirit messages. Why the devil? I heard the devil went down to Georgia. He was looking for a soul to steal. A soul to steal. An ascended master's soul. An ascended master's soul. I follow my heart. So the Empress here. Tell me more. Allow me to channel and open up this channel for the highest good of all. It's a blank card. Blank card over the Celtic energy. So maybe there is some sort of Celtic energy that backs this. Backs this. Look on the back. Drowning. Okay, so overcoming some sort of loss. An adult female. Some sort of trauma is this disaster. A Christian Aztec. A Christian Aztec. Extraterrestrial, but I seen the Buddhist. So, mystic. It was on mystic. Close encounter with this mystic. This spirit guide. Alright. Maybe somebody has a brand on them, or a freeze brand, or a brand. They go by a brand, okay? Or they're starting a brand here. Time frame. Time frame. Extracting something here. Through branding. That's very interesting. The name Brandon as well. Okay. Fool. Poverty. Lower class. Why the poverty and lower class? Alright. Holocaust. Psychic wounding. These are my past lives, so there's a revelation here and some sort of psychic wounding. So what would wound the psychic? The psyche. What would wound the psychic? Keep them out of balance. Keep them out of balance. Alright, the Holocaust. An allied defender. Somebody here could have, like, there could be a secret about their faith, okay, or it's secretive. Somebody here is a part of the LGBT community. Somebody could identify as the father. I heard baby's dad, baby's mom, witnessing a bystander, okay? So somebody's seen something here through this ascended master energy. There's a pacifist, okay? There's two people shaking hands, but it comes out in the reverse. So authentic expression. I want to say too, like this fire and burning. There's I want to say like burn the fucking, I heard it, burn the fucking house down. Burn the shit down. Burn it down. I'll fucking burn it down. So somebody's like a pacifist. Mediator here, okay? I see father again in branding. Age of Atlantis, a young male. Fire by death. Alright, a philanthropy energy that comes through. Peace. Lesson is peace. Authentic expression. Earthquake. So near-death experience. There's a lot of stuff that's really gone on in somebody's life. It's insane. And I want to say too, so yeah. Oh my god, that's terrible. I'm asking my guides, like, why is all this? Like, that's a lot of energy to come through somebody. I want to say too, somebody is an off-worlder or understood as an off-worlder. Somebody's a walk-in and might not understand it. I'm seeing mystery, reading between the lines, and intuition. Okay? That keeps something on here. There's a measurement here of some sort. It's like somebody, even look at the bear in the back, he's missing an eye. You know, I'm hearing eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth in this medicine woman, or, you know, because that's where that void is. And there's something that somebody remembers here after some sort of poverty or something that they go through, let go of the past. And it's like, this could be tied to the past in some way. Somebody here, that's why I was looking at this devil energy, and I was wanting to see, like, what's behind that with all this energy and the defeating, an ending, okay? Something here about a lot of burdens. these burdens come through some sort of psychic realm in whatever way. And it is feel like there's an industry, you know, it's like a secretive energy. Somebody's like goes on the forefront to try to mislead, misstep, misguide somebody's psychic information or intuitive inklings. Um, the purpose here is like I look over and I see like a satellite in the weirdest spot. Um, being spied on like with that eye, and I'm not sure the purposes of it, but because there's a rebel energy out here. That's a lot of cards to fall out. An artist, all right, power, servant. Somebody's super fucking hungry for that energy. Servitude, for you to serve them, for you to serve their purpose, or you're not no longer serving that purpose. You got communications here about your rebel. There's an investigation going on here, and I'm seeing Russia in wintertime. All right, I do feel like there's a truth seeker that psychically draws. Uh, and I'm hearing schizophrenic. Like somebody's going to try to abuse of power, sitting right here at the top. Try to keep somebody in some sort of servitude energy, or where they would serve their greater good, maybe because of this poverty or where they're at, right? This philanthropist, or they're finding peace in whatever this way is. Their failures and learning, been a fucking doormat, basically. The energy that comes through, and it's like this a torture. They want somebody here is like torturing somebody because of their nonconformist, because of their their nonconformity. Somebody here is looked at as sacrificial, and they know that their deepest, this is a fucking abuse of power. In what way? I'm seeing the military out here. It says the Navy again. Navy is prominent. That's been coming up through here, and there's other branches of military on there. That seems to be the one that comes out the most, though. Judaism. Okay, so there's flowers on this bus with this nonconformist. So somebody who worships nature out here, or works with nature in whatever way. See, the land remembers where people, what those things that happen, and somebody steps into this energetic field where things have happened, and there's a lesson of power. Okay. Hypothermia. I told you, somebody's frozen out in the ice, and I can see people going out, and the only person that can find them is this. It's you, but it's you in a different time and space. It's like you connect back to it. You're able to solve things that have happened, and it's important because there's about truth speaking here. That's the rebellious individual. That's the rebellious individual right here. And it's not that you're rebellious, it's that you're highly intellectual. And you have like this aspect of philanthropy that's strongly embedded within you. I heard a lot of work. There's been a lot of work done with the Eight of Pentacles. You could be a mom over some sort of empress, your victory, your light, in whatever way this is. Mature, grounded male. Okay, so over your business to be able to better yourself, so that you weren't having to take risks. Dark magic. I don't like that. There is somebody here who's in hysteria. All right. And I seen that abuse of power, and the power was upside down, right? Because they took the sword and they put it in the ground. Normally when you're victorious, you would hold it in the air. I'm hearing hip hip hooray. It's like, and I'm seeing this intellectual philosopher, somebody who's a philanthropist that moves forward here over some sort of war. There's an allied defender here. I'm seeing Holocaust. So there's a lost civilization of oppression, this archetypal energy, whether it's revered within you or you're a remnant of this time and space. See, there's a revolution that comes through here, a revelation, all right? So what is this that comes out? Because it does feel like there are other beings that are very aware of this instruction, that the teacher arises. I told you this mastery energy, what you bring, it's going to be cataclysmic. These amounts of numbers or you're just fucking devoted to this light, to this energy, to this what's guiding you. You're understanding the polarity and duality within life. You're actually able to alchemize some things that, and they do like bring you into this deeper state of learning. Fertilities come out too, and I hope to God, like, if somebody's done something over somebody's fertility in whatever way, with the dark magic. Why is the dark magic prominent? I see an accomplishment, an achiever out here, so those all wanted to fall. That's too much. Why the dark magic? Because somebody's illegitimately. So somebody could be actually trying to fit your role. I'm with the Holocaust here. It's like I'm seeing specimens made in a lab. There's specimens made. It's like bioengineered royalty that's being made in but it's illegitimate here. Okay, so this dark magic is over some sort of. I said it too earlier, like somebody's blood ends up changing from some sort of near-death experience. See, there's a flood and drowned out here. Because something's illegitimate. It's flooded out, it's drowned out. Dark magic is to drown something out, to make something be perceived, okay? Starvation or dehydration, murder. I told you, like, this is a very nasty energy, okay? Whether this, I think, and just trigger warning, this spirit's dark. This spirit lingers on in the darkest crevices of others' minds. I've seen bodies be overtaken by demonic spirits. It's a very real thing. It's a very dark energy, all right? I'm seeing a white dress out here too, twice. Unique bond with the Empress, okay? There's a teacher and a mentor out here. There's this dark ass energy that, it's like, looking in here, it looks down, they're the devil's over the fool here in this picture with the dark magic here. Look in the bottom of the card. That's the fool that's coming out. The medicine man. Is this medicine man? Why? Because of this teaching. Because there's an abuse of power here, and I'm not sure you even understand why. I wonder, this goes on so many different layers here. Definitely a lot of watching. Backstabbing and hurtful. First one to flip over in my hand. Somebody here hides behind material things. Gang stalking and undercover community. Gang stalking and undercover community. Drowned. A mystic. Somebody drowned a mystic. This gang stalking. Wow. Jumping into life with strength. Sky moon beams. Sky moon beams. That's a tarot channel. Childlike faith in the month of May come out. You're very much moving on your spiritual awakening, the number 33. Okay, so May, something changes here. With this philanthropy energy, conflict can be healed and there's an unsafe situation. Okay, I really feel like some people might have threats out on their life or in whatever way. I heard in my head right now, it's off of Cat in the Hat. I'll make it look like a bloody accident. I heard that. I'll make it look like a bloody accident. Time after time, 222 life lessons. There's an illness here. Illness. The timing will be perfect. 1212. Earth Angel 333. Receive guidance from higher realms. Trust the divine wisdom and the divine support. Illegitimate. That just keeps showing up here. Any more that wants to come out on this energy? I do feel like there's an investigator out here, and this is somebody who's doing this on the inside. I've got the Hermit and the Vision out here with the King of Wands. It's like plowing through some things. Somebody here is really plowing through some things in whatever way. Leaving the wreckage in the past. Leaving the wreckage. Okay. So there's a wreck. Alright. Got the strength that comes out here. Somebody here straight up is like a mentor, a teacher in whatever way, and has been being sabotaged. Because of this, the stars, location, the stars, philosopher, a rebel, allied defender. It's like somebody's working for a greater cause. These rays of light, all right, these light beings, they have this national, intentional energy about their frequency and able to see that here. But it's like igniting the flames within many. And that is breaking traditional values. It's like when the Christ came and walked the earth and he ruffled a lot of people's feathers. He completely went against what this church was teaching everybody and showing them the way how I can make you a fishers of men. I'm hearing extortionists, there's this discerning energy that you're able to tap into. I want to say here too, like if somebody's a caretaker and has been abusing somebody in whatever way, like that is definitely getting sought out. There's going to be there's people that have abused other people that they were taking care of, older people. And they've done just wrong things, very wrong things. Go back to the psychic investigative energy because I feel like it's a natural gift or talent that somebody has. there's an opportunity that shows up for you, collective, through this aspect. It's not going to be for everybody. Not everybody's going to be a psychic investigator. It's something, it's your tether and your tie to all things. It's impeccable. It really is like being on planet Earth, but being able to use this specific modality that shifts the frequency, which then shifts the vibration of the items, the things around you, things that are transforming. There's a mentor here that steps forward as Ascended Master Energy. He's talking about a close, see vibrancy. There's about this vibration, all right? This is very much about energy and close encounter. Like, I feel like somebody almost got snatched, but like not by benevolent forces in whatever way, you know, like under CIA, FBI, like they're killers, they're murderers, they, you know, they're taking people and they don't know why, these labs and these things that are being, you know, hidden, and it's like they use the intimidation tactics, fear, to, you know, snuff out your family, or things start, you know, people just go and hang themselves and they were perfectly mentally healthy, you know. Weird ass shit just starts happening, like that gang stalking energy that comes through. It feels like a lot of things have been put out on somebody to keep them from moving into this ability that they have, you know. Or somebody who once was a mentor has now lost power. You know, there's a loss of power. I also too want to say like scientist, you know, nonconformist energy that comes out. Picking up on this poverty energy too, and it's like somebody here is really feeling trapped and confined. You know, there's a lot of uncertainty under America right now, collectively, that's been put out there through, you know, thousands, millions of people who have not been getting paid, or who are living, you know, spreading, you know, making that penny stretch as far as they can in whatever way. And that's just another way, like, as the collective wakes up too, watch how nationally things start to happen, because they're losing that loss of power as we see more of that. You know, the 2020, the worst thing that could have happened is for us to move into the state of being hermits, because a lot of people have started to waken up to bullshit, right? Like, by their own rights being violated. I feel that, and it's like, you know, call back your power from that. Fuck you. I heard that, you know, people trying to come into people's houses and do things, or work with other people and be a benefactor of that. And it's like somebody starting to remember too, if somebody was like given medicine or made to go do a psychic evaluation, or do things in whatever way, it's like whatever is done in there, it's like not, it's underhand force. I talked about that shape shifting energy, like something's just not right. It's not right. And it's like, I don't even know. I want to say AI too, because it says I hide behind material things, and they showed me like, what is that number, 77 or 7, or her name was 7? And she becomes like supreme being, super conscious, taps into all of it, turns into that computer, right? Gets into that system. And it's like this thing lurks, this energy lurks in some ways. It's fucking weird. It's like too, like maybe you really are tapped in like that reality of where you're at. And I don't want to make it sound like it's legit, the things that you're going through here, you know. And it's like being trapped literally in a void, or your energy being encapsulated within a certain space and time. And it's like being called to embrace that duality. And I'm hearing like we don't fight in the flesh, we fight in the spirit, right? Thank you guys for watching and hanging out. Happy 11/11. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Right. All right. Anything else on that note we need to know? There's a lot of channeled messages to come through. There's a lot in the collective. There's a lot of energy. There's a lot of information that comes through. It just feels like the psychic pathways have opened up much more throughout the collective energy. Feels like there is also, you know, that last wave that comes through. And I heard riding the wave. Just riding the EAC, bro. Somebody's just, you know, and as each one of us keep our head down and we are staying connected to all things. Karmic purge, mirroring reflection, 66. We went to 33 to 66. And it's like 66 chromosomes. Like somebody, there's a very advanced energy. I'm getting goosebumps on my arm as I say this. Encodes, decodes, or has these codes, right? To be able to have these genetics or this frequency. It's, they would say, advanced technology, and they're able to like dissect that technology whatever way that this is, from like extraterrestrial bodies or beings that, you know, are captured or encapsulated. And there's like, it's insane. I mean, this whole huge underground, there's like an airport on top of it. It's really weird. There's an airport, and then underneath that ground, but it's far. It's like 15 feet below ground, and it's just huge. It's something that wouldn't be censored or radared by anybody else. It's governmentally, nationally. It's a secret service, surveillancing. It's ancient. It's been there for a long time. They're showing me that ET that was found in New Mexico right now. They're also showing me huge blue crystals, huge blue crystals. I'm also seeing torture again, torturing for information. I'm hearing sedation, so maybe that's why I got like somebody got hit in the ass with a fucking blow dart, like a rhino. I also talked about like through the realms too. It's like these timekeepers come through and they're trapping these. It's really weird, and like bringing them here in some way. It's like through the time portals, and it's like their physical vessel, or all I know is they can't escape. It's bringing me back to that 13 ghost again. Number 44 comes out with the sacrifice. Karmic purge, 6644. We've got 444 here. Your sensitivity is a gift. So, and the owls out here. Taming the wind. Why is this important? The sacrifice, infinity. Because your sensitivity is a gift. Alright, that comes out again, really. Your sensitivity is a gift. So that, somebody could be trying to sacrifice your sensitivity in whatever way, creating more chaos or being tied to, and there's somebody takes on a lot of other people's energy here. They're experiencing life as it comes, truly, in whatever way. And that's purging something here. It's a huge release that somebody's having here, and they're going through this gestational period. It could be a really hard period for somebody right now, you know, balancing out new beginnings or how things are looking at this time. I want to say that's being observed in whatever way for the collective, for you specifically. Somebody hides behind something. You know, there's this eerie energy that I just keep feeling like lingering over my left shoulder. Somebody could feel like that too. You know, it's just like, monitoring spirit. I don't know why this monitoring spirit. It's like somebody's not playing by the rules. Somebody's not obeying, you know, universal law in whatever way that this is. Not obeying. Because so there's a karmic purge that comes about. Can you tell me more about that? It's like overcoming these obstacles. I would say somebody here has been up against a lot of obstacles. You are worthy. The world is blessed to have you. The Celtic will not stop coming out on the bottom of the deck. The world is blessed to have you. So Celtic time or era could just be very prominent for somebody in their past lifetime. As well, look, Egypt comes out underneath that. Ground your light and let your soul shine here. You are not alone. You're not alone. An empathic starseed, so that's why that sensitivity came out here. It's like somebody's super, super sensitive. I also want to say, like, other aspected versions of yourself are like, you're in a very deep healing space after some sort of purge that has happened. You have to remember, like, things that are happening through you and through the essence of your being and on other spaces in time, interdimensionally. There's more, there's different, so many aspects to you than what you're just being able to perceive or have been. This is about your sovereignty. Like, this is really coming through and owning your shit, owning your your unique communication and your unique abilities to connect in whatever way you are, seeding more light. You know, somebody here has a super antenna. There's a lot of going in and out of portals. There's a lot of time traveling, space traveling here. There's a lot of communicating with this ascended master energy. A lot of you, you know, you have this ascended master energy because your soul family, you know, I heard energetic imprints of that, energetic imprint, sovereignty. So knowing that somebody could be very emotional at this time, very emotional, and going into some sort of sovereignty, and it's, you know, things don't always look like what you thought they would. You know, the past life regression. As soon as I say that, Atlantis comes up. Keeping the big vision, stay in alignment as you grow. Okay. Somebody staying focused on some sort of pyramid or energy. Somebody here is very aware of an unseen world or realm. Look, I don't know if you guys can see this, but in this Atlantis card, there's a circle and circle and circle, and it's like I'm hearing, I wish it would even out so you guys could see. So there's something hidden. There's something hidden within this, you know, and I'm trying to understand where this comes from, or why I'm on this topic, because it is taught about trusting the divine wisdom that comes out here, and somebody here doesn't believe things, you know, it's like, that's crazy, or, you know, it's almost, you know, they're so afraid to get into the egoic aspect that to understand that they are very much tied to a very, it's like a supreme being. Many aspects can channel those many aspects through yourself, through this void. I would say you might not be aware or conscious that you are, but somebody here is understanding that their life's never going to look the same again after some sort of contact. Okay, I heard that, some sort of contact. She who follows, being open to change, go with the flow of life, generously giving, relationships are coming together. Okay, so I would definitely say somebody here is, their third eye is crazy. Your third eye can take you to any place in time, right? You can take yourself back to certain timelines. You can do this. You can close your eyes. You're working with your guides. Somebody closes their eyes and then they start to see in their mind's eye, you know, many different versions of beings, places, eras, and it's like you can pick up on that. Maybe you're learning how to control that, not so much to control it, but to let it flow, and finding, you know, it's like a screenplay. You can see things that coming through. So you're lifting the veil, questioning everything. Anything unaligned must go. I'm trying to figure out what that looks like for you. See, and your passion is your prosperity, without a doubt, because you are a little cuckoo. Spirit messages again come out with the bird. You're a little cuckoo. No. The seas of Mintaka. Seeing potential, bringing unconscious to light. So there is a deep aspect of like collective level, I want to say, on that, but it's water, 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 like water, underwater, in the ground, in the land. The breath of the cosmos, my will to thy will, micromanaging the universe. So it's like stepping out of that my will, thine will. Thine will is, I know you're gonna hook that hose back up, Jit. It's like, it's working with that very powerful, wise, divine, this energy that's very much advanced, that's been guiding you, that's this high version of yourself. I want to say that too, but it's like, it goes beyond that. It's like some sort of like galactic force, or, you know, I'm hearing like the medium between both worlds. And it goes more than just that. I'm getting goosebumps all over my entire being. So let's look at the extraterrestrial deck. Oh, I am here. You know, because somebody could, there's just going to be something prominent that would come through that. I'm hearing this little light of mine. That's right, Pickles. Alright. let's go Mystical Martian. Let's go Mystical Martian. Happy 11/11, guys. You know, I've been trying to catch a storyline for a while. Through reads, and it feels like anymore this last, since, you know, I got back on, it's been very much channeled messages. And with that being said, it like really shows me the depth that the collective has gone to open up their own conscious awareness to receive messages in whatever way, because I know when I'm not sticking to a storyline and I'm not meeting, you know, there's unique bonds that are being formed through some sort of telepathy or start of that, you know, those that are soul family or come from the same soul origin are starting to have that connection on a deeper, profound level. So, you know, I just kind of go where the collective is flowing with my messages. If you've watched me for the last year and a half, you'll understand that, you know, that my reads are very diverse, every one of them. You never know what you're going to find in some of them. I go back to them and I'm like, I'm getting schooled by a year ago me who is delivering me at this time and space in my life the exact message from, and you know, when it comes from your own mouth and you know you recorded it, you remember doing it, you know, remember all of it, but remember that day, right? Remember you showing up on camera, and this was, and I will click on an old video or it'll show up, you know, and on my feed, my own stuff, or on some of my other YouTube accounts that I have, and I use that. I'll go on a different account and I'm subscribed to my channel, and I will get videos from the past that people have been watching, and I'll watch them, and I'll tell you what, it's like the different, how much I've shifted into just being able to channel different versions, because they're all good. It's not that I just, you know, yeah, I've grown in my abilities and, you know, being comfortable on camera more or less, but you can't make up that message, you know, when it's resonating with your own self and it's your own self doing it. It's like, this is fucking crazy. And it is hard for me too, because there's a lot of good readers, but sometimes I'm a very unique way. I like a specific type of reader, somebody who gets into the quantum, somebody who does a lot of the, you know, for me it is the channel, because that's giving me an ability to tap into my own, you know, I have my own signs with my guides, I have my own signals and my synchronicities that I'm asking and calling on, and they're omnipresent, and I see them show up. And when you can do that through a different version of yourself to the future, it does blow your mind. You know, you get this overwhelming unconditional feeling of love all around you and within you, and it's like you heal that aspect of yourself that's trying to heal again too, so that you can grow into this artistic, creative version of yourself. You know, this is the goal right here, is connecting. And somebody here is Pleiades. Come out. Pleiades is sitting on the top of the deck, so you could resonate as a Pleiadian, but being very tied to this just aspect of working with the universe in such a just way, but doing probably a lot of shadow work as well. All right, Mystical Martian. Let's take an overall look here. For those that need the message, for those, Holy Spirit, Holy Angels, I call on the white light. Somebody too is like having gastric bypass surgery or going through something within the gut, the stomach, something within the stomach right here. I can feel somebody too could like their throat. They do that a lot. Or like, I don't know, something within the esophagus or that's like tight, and it's like it's gotten really tight too. Somebody does that. I'm seeing the name Lisa and the name Porter. All right, the third eye, number 38, visions and manifestation. Visions and manifestation. Okay, so we're going to take a look at the current energy, and then I want to see through the dimensions, like dream state where you're working at, and then already, you know, in that higher realm. So let's see. So in your awake state right now, your third eye is what's opening here through the Mystical Martian deck. All right, your third eye's open. It's like being able to definitely move between both worlds via your antennas. I'm seeing the gal of, I'm hearing, here comes the men in black, galaxy defenders. That third eye. So, but look at her eyes are closed and the way she's using her third eye. It's like very connected. I heard walk-ins today, and I walked, so I'm going up to Albertsons, and there's this guy, older, heavy-set guy, right? You know, darker skin, and, you know, a pair of pajama pants on, some tennis shoes, and a leather jacket, and he just really stood out to me. And my son, you know, who's walks with me, you know, many lifetimes, He goes, Mom, he goes, look at this guy leaning up like, he owns the place. And I said, no, it looks like he's leaning up because his back hurts. And as soon as I walked up there, his whole body language opened up, turned towards me, got a big smile on his face, and he says, good morning. And I said, good morning, how are you? And I walk in and not expecting him to say anything, because a lot of people most times just stare when, I walk by. And I'm always like, hey, how you doing? Some people do, but it was just like that overwhelming presence of, I was like, okay, this feels like when you recognize like an energy, okay, and you see that. So on the way out, it was the same, opened up, big bright eyes, and it just felt very divine. And then I get to the car and I'm passing this sign and it says for walk-ins only. And then I see walk-ins and I'm like, I knew that was a walk-in spirit. You know what I mean? You could just feel it. It was amazing. So being able to connect on that level, I have a big ass smile on my face because like it's just so good. And that's that energy too. Like when you do connect back, it brings natural joy because your soul's shining and your soul song's shining and you're understanding that you are connected. So, the ego is what it really does in some aspects keep us safe, and alive for the human. It's the human, it's just a part of being human, all right? And it's not about getting rid of that, more or less. It's shifting the perspective. In a way, it's, we'll always be human in whatever way. And I'm looking down here and, the core of who we are. So somebody's receiving these sonar projections to the frontal lobe cortex too. The bridge of the nose is very prominent here. So somebody does that too and puts that dot on there. All right, so right here in the present moment, we're looking at the third eye. You're having these visions. Somebody's like, and I'm hearing that song, Stevie Nicks, she goes, I keep my visions to myself. It's only right that you would play the way you feel. So it could be too like playing instruments or singing, like somebody's starting to be able to open up. And maybe you never could sing before. Maybe you and something opens up inside of you and like you're able to connect to, like you would really see where your throat chakra was blocked in whatever way this is. And somebody has actually a beautiful voice. And like I'm hearing again the soul song. Okay, so your dream state. What does your dream state look like with the mystical Martian oracle for, past life? See, that feels so prominent, this evolutionary space. 34. Ouroboros. So infinity, eternal, and past life. So deep connections right now throughout the soul. Extremely deep connections. Woo! Dream state's on fire. Okay, so I would definitely say, especially because I'm looking at these two, I keep hearing Evans, because I did see that card up there, but I'm hearing it again. You've got 34 and 38. I'm telling you, Pisces, something with Pisces is very prominent here in this reading for you guys. Could be dealing with a Pisces, just have that prominent placement. Like, look into that era, too, I'm hearing. Okay, and then as far as... who's helping you with this manifestation? In which way is that looking like? Because there's a lot of connectivity here for this aspect of version of yourself that's evolving through this. It's like a death and a rebirth too. Very much could be happening through the telepath, the mind. And maybe you're not even, you think it's a dream, but maybe, you have to realize that I'm seeing a lot of aliens dressed in clothes on here. I really am seeing a lot of aliens dressed in clothes. They might just appear a different way to somebody, but somebody has an ability to see that or see light or uses this esoteric wisdom and knowledge to connect into that infinite universal language of love. It's like because the heart, with the purity of the heart, I could see that that's open. I'm seeing a lotus that's open here and understanding. So I want to see, your dream state is definitely... lots of messages that come through. All right, and then this connection is happening here through the dream and through the third eye in this current state of energy, as you're being guided here, whatever's coming forth. Let's look at purposefully. What is this turning into? What do you need to know? Looking forward here, or soul song. Let's just see. The flower of life, inspiration on dreams. What? And you got the blue avens, philosophy, releasing karma, and mysticism. this is they're saying like what you don't see coming right here, what you don't see coming. So they're asking me to read this, you know, the blue rays and 7, the number 77. Somebody could be seeing that so much. July as well. These blue avens, okay? See the feather birds? They're part birds. This is, and I've been talking about birds like this entire read. So where's the book? And I'm going to read from that. Actually, before I read from that, I'm going to take a short break too. What up, dude? What up, Tony? What's up, Jace? I sure hope Ashley. I love you guys. Hot Solstice, hi, beautiful. Ash, I love you. I feel angel energy out of you. Hello, Petty. Hello from France. Hello from Idaho. Okay, guys, I'll be back in here just in a second. Those yellow-bellied sap-sucking dogs are always over there biting. All right, I got a lot of tall grass around me. Okay, be right back. It is just a friggin' beautiful day out here. Beautiful day. Alright. Feeling that Saint Germain violet flame energy here. The element of air, philosophy, determination, and empathy. So this is the meld of the higher and lower chakras that come together. Elemental. I have goosebumps over my entire being. Somebody here is also getting some sort of new ink. Some sort of, I heard tribal tattoo. That could just be a very significant synchronicity or sign for somebody. There's something that they've drawn or something that they want to have tattooed onto their body. I love this amethyst. It's so I want to say too, like some people can like look into crystals too. Whether this is like this blue avens, I pulled this over here. It went on the third eye too. So maybe there is something about, you know, meditating with the third eye and this amethyst crystal. Somebody's very, very, very connected to crystal beings, crystal. You know, they draw their energy and transmute energy through that. Also, these frequencies, they help raise the vibration and the frequency around you in which you're connecting. Especially with this guy having an aviation type hat on too. So I'm going to read this from the book that's talking about philosophy. How to get me some coffee. Okay, so overcoming an obstacle here in the present. Okay, so the overall what you're not seeing here is what I'm going to read first. Then we're going to go into this dream state with the flower of life here. Somebody definitely is getting this tattooed in some way. I know that. They draw it. They have it. This is without a doubt somebody's sacred symbol and what somebody was looking for today. Okay. The flower of life, number 2911. That's my yes number for my guides. And I have an aviator flying over right now. An aviator, so the blue avens, because somebody gets like flagged a lot. I'm hearing flag, or like every time you go out, like there's always helicopters or aircraft that's going over, and these are like these transmissions through. It's just so interesting how you know, there's like that no interference law, but this is like consciously, because you've rose your vibration or your ability to open up to this authentic expression of yourself. You're taking your will and you're seeking through your higher self with that will. Let my will be thine will. Our will, you know, what's for the highest good. And I know I'm here in Chesapeake again, but going through some sort of transformation too, like getting to the top of this peak here. Somebody else is like working on venting some sort of bike, a new bike. But I will say that somebody sees 350 all the time on the clock as well. The world is blessed to have you. Okay, so tall, skinny. Okay, you could be tall and skinny or have like bird-like features too. Somebody here has like beautiful blue eyes or has encountered somebody in this way. This person probably too served in the military in some way through aviation. I see the Navy that comes on there, but Air Force, you know, somebody who, and now somebody does that or is into that here. And it's like wisdom or knowledge that's carried through, and it's like you're perfectly aligned with where you need to be for those of you. See, I'm seeing air, like somebody does a lot of things from the aircraft. There's these balloons here with the air that's coming out. And then you got that manifesting multi-dimensional perception. So there's an attunement here. The Agathans are helping with that. So I would say somebody here definitely works with a lot of, I want to say angelic beings, but very, I heard forward-minded evolutionary descendants. I want to say for those of you too who are asking or have asked their guides, yes, you have seeded other planets, interplanetary communications, what I'm hearing, but it's like if you are or have been abducted right at night, for those of you, you like those specimens of those genetics in some ways are, I'm hearing baseline structure, and there's certain things that are being decoded off, like somebody's whole appetite could have changed. It's like, you know how I was saying somebody had a near-death experience and now their blood type's different or received blood, and like there's some sort of miracle energy that came from some sort of transmission in that way, in whatever way. It's like receiving that angelic blood. So it's higher coded, okay? The timing is going to be perfect. Maybe on 12/12 you're having some sort of surgery or there's something with that. There's a lot of philosophy, okay, and esoteric. I've seen it. You're fucking... It's like you're going to have the human body. Somebody here's like, but... These beings are like elegant, right? And it's very pure in communication. And then how they show you through your mind, it's very hard to break it down into, right, linear for some people. And if you are sharing this wisdom and knowledge, and like that is something that you have, you know, honored, is to share that experience in whatever way. And in some way, you sharing this experience creates more love within others. It's just because it's the way that you do deliver it. Don't worry about your delivery and when you're having these communications with other people or you're expressing, because this is how, in the most authentic version of yourself, right? Authentic expression. Your soul expression here is what is the most important, is that you stay within the parameters of that. There is have self-respect for your path, for what you've been through. You know, I feel like tearing up right now because you have so many celebrations to come into your life. You have gone through such a deep transformation on many levels of just this unique. Your bond with the divine is so unique. So unique. It is, they're saying the depths you'll go to seek and to find, you know, and somebody here is just experiencing these miracles. You know, they're very much into the divine and understanding where these souls go. This connection to the grass, which way the blades of grass are laid over. Somebody here tracks. They're very connected. Like, look at the things that you're naturally drawn to. There's something within that dynamic that truly is a soul expression of yours. Don't be afraid of your delivery. They just keep saying that. This all comes and moves through love, and love is what is going to open your heart chakra through all the way up to this third eye, right? Because there's a releasing here. There's mysticism, and it's like you're very, very, very. Maybe you didn't graduate school, or maybe you dropped out of school early, but there's an aspect of yourself that's so intelligent, or very forward-thinking, or able to connect things, and it's, you know, it's because you are having other guidance through these spirit guides. Your intuition has like been your greatest teacher. It's your third eye. Look over here, the higher self. Okay, this is the higher self oracle. So we're definitely talking about overcoming an obstacle of whatever was in there, okay? And it could have to do with physical and mental abuse, okay? So that is a very blocking trauma. But there is undescribable joy that I feel that comes through that, because when somebody here, and it feels so spiritual, it feels, and when I say spiritual, it's not to become this guru spiritualist. It's like this level that you can finally connect with yourself on. There's so much grace that somebody has for themselves, what they've been through. They look at other people and they don't want them to ever have to feel or dredge a path that they once have. And then if they do encounter these, like, what would you say to that person who's in that spot you were 3 years ago? How did you make it? What could you share from your experience, especially if it was something very mystical or something that gave you an awakening, or you make a movement from love because it's something that's centered around your passions. You're able to naturally flow through whatever this is. You know, it's bringing that back. Health, wealth, you know, balance into people's lives, teaching them how to balance, ground and center through natural elements. You know what I mean? Maybe it is, you know, getting back to things we did as a child. Somebody here's like, you know, there's been a lot of injustices, and you have to know, like, some of these things that have transpired has been for your highest good. It is to teach you on a soul level. We have to remember to raise our vibration and to connect to these outer layers of reality, and, you know, those lower vibrational energies, that's like picking fruit from, you know, the bottom of the tree, you know, fallen fruit, and it's available, but, you know, you wanted the things that are touched by the sun at the top, that share that wisdom, that have that intellect. Other people and it's just beautiful. It's like when I see two people shaking hands for the first time and introducing each other, and it's like that, just that touch, that connection, that soul family. It's like you guys are saying, we're bringing you together with the right, I heard authorities. Some of you are going to have, if you're in miracles, just miracles, okay? And this has to do because as you're there, you know, just ask, if you're in court and you just know things aren't right, remember to speak, all is well with my soul. You know, invoke your angels, invoke the beings of light and the light, and hold that in your heart. Even if you're going to get nailed to the cross, just say, you know what, I've done the best I can, you know, and you have to believe you're going through situations for your benefit. And remember, it is this experience, and that's what's weighing your heart. It's like, if you're down and out, or you're fearful of this, like, what level would you go to survive? How deep is your, you know, are you living out of your flesh instead of your higher knowing that your needs are going to always be met, you know? And sometimes the lesson is to ask others for that help, you know, because when we become these hermits and we have been hurt, that's another wound, you know, giving and receiving here, you know. All right. So we're going to go to the Blue Avens. I send you out a huge wave of love. ET series I am most connected with. Woo! We can do a Martian spread too after this. A Martian spread. Okay, so 1. We're on card 7. Blue Avens. Alright, this is philosophy, releasing karma and mysticism, but this is what these beings that you're connected with, you know, they're delivering these messages through telepathic communications, thoughts, these repeating numbers, and find that number and what does it say around that? What else is around that? What's the sun look like? Who were you just thinking of before that? You know, other signs are coming through. Somebody here has a very strong gift of mediumship as well. Blue Avens are mammalian hymnoid. So sorry. Humanoid ETs with bird-like features. Their origins are unclear. See, that's like your unclear communication. Like, you're not sure where this communication is coming from, but profoundly feel connected to things that you know are outside of your natural awareness. It's like becoming super aware. Excuse me. Maybe even cough too, or your voice might change, or come into... Pay attention to these signs and other people around you too. Encounter reports claim that they are now from another multi-universe. Wow. They originated from our local star cluster. Blue Avens have some resemblance to the offshoot of Lyran genetics lineage, also known as bird people. The Blue Avens are 6th to 9th destiny, dimensional, tall, with slender body frames. They are covered in soft bluish to indigo feather down. They have cool, calm, and diplomatic nature with a profound, intelligent understanding of ontological, philosophical, and metaphysical phenomenon. Dude, this is awesome. They are well versed on the law of one material, the Egyptian sunbird god Ra. Dude, look what card's sitting right up here too, Egyptian. So that's just double confirmation for somebody here. They are remarkable time-traveling explorers using spherical orb teleportation technology. Blue Aven ETs have been has been referenced in many ancient mythological documentation, including Mayan, Egyptian, Hindu, and Babylonian literature and artifacts. The Blue Aven archetype coincides with what history labels as angels. What? And are known as the ancient builder race and architects of this quadrant of the universe, this quadrant. See, it feels militant, kind of, huh? The Blue Avens, I have goosebumps everywhere. Missions is largely to protect all of life and assist in the development of human ascension. This card meaning, this is talking about what you don't see, what you haven't paid attention to, what comes through this is this inner work, esoteric knowledge, releasing karma, mysticism, because your vibration's rising. Ascension, divine masculine. You don't have to. See, when you can rise, wow. Self-discovery, a scholar, an intellect, study, education, diplomatic, and science. This is what's being brought about this. This is like, what did it say? The Blue Aven archetype coincides with what history labels angels and are known as ancient builder race and architects of this quadrant of the universe. See, so you could have been, you could be releasing karma, feeling, not qualified for something. Mainstream, information overload, messiah complex, ignorant, outer focus and erotic. You could have been dealing with energies like that, and there's something that through those energies or whatever this tie has been, all right? And it feels like for some of you it's fertility, and I see the Empress too, that's coming through. This third eye, maybe even this child that comes through is of that species in whatever way. There is very unique things we're living in very interesting times, All right, so let's go to 38. So this is like your current. Okay, so this is felt very like when you connect to it on that level, it's at that level. It's on that level. Okay, and this thing's like, I don't know, maybe somebody sees this an energy. There's lots of orbs, you know. It's really unique energy. You know, I heard in a good year blimp, um, iced tea, ice cube. I hide behind material things too. So there's something here about feel when the time is right. So there's a creative, intuitive emotions that come through here. Like somebody senses when something's not right, or an energy, or this orb, this energy's. It manifests like through you in whatever way, because there is a, whether this is genetically, energetically, or just it's chemical, it's your genetical makeup. Okay, and I heard chemical makeup as well. Bear dog, hi buddy, honey, what are you doing? Oh, bear dog, oh, bear dog, woohoo, come on honey, come on. Ooh, bear dog, easy old boy, easy old boy. Oh, bear dog, honey, what are you up to, mister? Are you gonna go work in that shop? Huh, you old shop dog? You're not getting all the way up here. Oh, honey. Boo! Who's over there, bear dog? Woohoo! Oh, he's so funny. If I start wrestling, go get him. Get him, bear dog. He will. He'll grab him. Get him, bear dog. Get him. Get him, bear dog. Boo! Bear dog! He's so cute. He's always so happy like a little kid. I love that. He's such adorable. Thank you. Sent the husky. I thank you. Beware and care. I appreciate that. All right. All right. 38. Somebody else's dog's like very prominent to him too. Like, somebody's dog like might be sick now after like some sort of awakening process. The dog took on like a lot of energy, or a lot of maybe some sort of negative energy, like that unconditional love that they have too. And I want to feel like that could also be something too. Like somebody here is dreaming of an animal. Here too could be snakes, eagles, birds. There's I see draconic. So the third eye, all of a sudden I couldn't say my T's. I had a thus. So maybe somebody has a thus here that's just coming through for a reason. Because I would say too, like when you start to channel it, you can channel. You'll notice when you take on that energy, you know. And I always say, like, protect yourself. You know too, when you open up as a channel, make sure that you close out your energy, and you know. And it's very simple. Just make sure that you are aware too. You know, fasting too, like somebody here, you know, they don't eat as much food as they used to. They eat like a bird now. Like understanding that you don't need as much food as you once took on. Like there's a lot of upgrades that are happening throughout the body. Like your physical appearance too. If you are somebody who's become a channel, in working through the divine, and through that, there is a lot of things with the flower of life here. There's a lot of awe. It's like you're gonna be so amazed. Like somebody here just like hits their knees and their mouth just drops open, and they're just like, it's so unreal. And it's like I just see so many tears. Like somebody's just like, I knew it. I knew it. You know, I have not come this far to lay down now. And it's like, even if you walk the walk, like not many people will do that. Like they refuse that call because shadow work is very difficult. Looking at aspects of yourself, like really learning how to coexist with a duality, and shift those versions of yourself, or collect the remnant pieces, or heal aspects of that. Unconditional love, I will promise you, can and will always be the #1 healing agent for all things, to move from that space. And that would be a perfect world, right? Where we didn't hide things from each other. That's why when you're, in the presence of these beings, there's nothing that's hidden. Your heart, your intentions, you know what I mean? They read your codes, your patterns, they're, they get into that omnipresence, that all-knowing, and there's somebody here that's stepping into the light, through even that humility or that lack of, or, and they're creating a beautiful, unique bond, not just, it feels good too, like this huge purge and release of You know, you see a lot of, you ingest a lot of things that would, you know, these different readers that they're caught in this loop. They read about toxic things. They read about, you know, day in and day out, and just, you know, those listeners are listening to that and taking on that vibrational energy. And you read the comments of the people that are commenting, and they're like, yeah, I left that motherfucker. And it just breeds more of that, right? Into that world wide web. And it's like getting out of that cycle of, you know, judgment and becoming an observer too of your own life. And because you've taken on this role of healing and connecting with yourself on a deeper level, there's a very true authentic aspect of yourself that's able to come through, and it does come through being able to be vulnerable and very vulnerable, you know, accepting this humanism, and also knowing that you're worthy of many great beautiful things. This cup is like the most awkward lid to drink out of, and normally if I don't have a straw, I always spill it on my shirt for some reason, like I have a hole in my lip. I don't know why. Well, if I don't spill on my shirt, you know, one of the 2 or the 3-year-old will. For one of your mama 5 kids, you know, how old you? I'm like, let's wash your hands first. Alright, so now we're moving into the center. We're at 38. The third eye is the esoteric term for higher inner eye. The I am that I am, that interdimensionally travels through the cosmic doorway and perceives realms by living information of higher consciousness. Adepts who have developed their third eye are known as seers, clairvoyant, and remote viewers who are observing outside of the limited local frequency field. Out-of-body experiences and dreams are functional through the third eye. Physicality, the third eye that tunes into higher frequencies, is located deep inside the dark human brain and functions like a projector video camera, capturing the holographic frequencies at the Planck field level, beyond third-dimensional perception. The gateway third eye in Sanskrit and Hinduism is referred to as the Anja, which means command and perceiving. Activating the third eye begins through being in a meditative and relaxed altered state of awareness, where the human transcends into a non-local field outside of dense frequencies. So it means that you're in the body, right? These states of awareness allow the third eye to witness beyond conditional mind narratives and receiving and living information beyond the speed of light. The third eye is ruled by the sixth chakra that functions with the indigo frequencies of light. Nearly all extraterrestrial intelligence are highly evolved in this use of the third eye. So pulling this card means visions, dreams, out-of-body experiences. I said that too. Perceptions, manifesting, meditation, and multidimensional awareness. Seeding that here. I'm telling you, this is like really important that you stay balanced at this time. Altered states of awareness, opening the portals, psychic, open, insightful, intuition, and receptive. It's like your present moment. This is very, you should be very honored. You know how amazing that is to be able to go through the density and to see and to understand something outside of yourself and not understand it, but still move into that direction because it's so profound, like the profundity that you would fall back into your own state of being. Look, the angel's out here. You know, you allowed things to fall away that weren't serving you or serving the purpose of it, really. You know, maybe you weren't even sure. You know, we always think, what am I here to do for humanity? It's like, you got to be that first, you know. You've got the tower that came through, hit you hard, you know, tore a lot of things down in your life, a lot of beliefs you had, things that sometimes made you feel like you were going crazy, right? But that also set you off into this ability to soul search. And it's like maybe you didn't even know you have a light, and now you do. Before that, you were just out there in the cold, shivering, worried about how you were going to stay warm, not able to. Somebody felt too like banished or forsaken too, and it's like. Also, this is also reminds me of like that frequency, that energy showing up in physical form as this guide, as a supernatural. I mean, without a doubt, whether you're doing this through your psyche, somebody's had these encounters, like live encounters too, like walk-ins, like you. And when you're supposed to know, you're gonna know. But this is what like set you free, whatever this was, you know. You could have been somebody that was like very overstimulated by other people's energy, right? You know, very goal-oriented, but in a different fashion for the earthly matters. You know, and there was some sort of, maybe you had a pregnancy and couldn't work, and now you had to find your way through another means of connecting, and perhaps you are on some, I heard, pursuit of happiness, you know, of letting go of the past and overcoming obstacles from whatever that may have been. I heard a turkey call right now. All right. Wow. And the Ten of Wands too. So it's like somebody here is also learning about the burden of the responsibility of discerning and using their intuition in such a way that would honor, right? Honor the realm of truth. And that's the other thing too, you know, we all have that free will. But you'll learn that, you know, when you can kind of definitely shift into that higher version of yourself that sees things for the long run, not things that just make you comfortable now, but things that are also going to push you forward in the future. You know, somebody's really they've really gone into that intellect of the authentic expression. You know, somebody's been completely rebirthed right now, and it's like, I think you've always had a very active crown chakra. I think a lot of it for you, perfect example right here, has just been able to learn how to ground it in such a way, because when you have a lot of high psychic energy, it does feel, or you just come into this planet with a different frequency, or you have ascended to that within your own being, right? As you heal, as you let go of other things that have, you know, kept you in a cycle or whatever it may be. Even foods, you know, letting go of foods or poor behaviors of others or accepting failure. You know, you notice your body start to turn and to shift the things that you eat. You just become very aware, and getting rid of those processed foods. And this is just coming through. Your body is got to hold this energy. Okay, you need the body. You can be all spiritual and go in all the past lives and do all of that, but you have to remember you're multifaceted. You're here and you're receiving information from light years away. Okay, so and whatever this information is, I want to take a look at, because this is talking about in the dream state here, number 34. Thank you guys for hitting the like button. I just seen number 33, 32. I'm going backwards. Don't go that way. Go that way. 34. I just seen the pentagram too in this book. Alright, this is Ouroboros. So I asked about your dream state, like what the things that are happening predominantly through your dream state, or in whether it is through this meditation or these altered states of consciousness. Somebody here uses shrooms or psychedelics in some ways to connect, maybe even using those natural elements to connect to earth in whatever way. It is like working with the body through that state too. I don't think somebody will always use those remedies, but at this point it is helping. I just seen, wow, that was crazy. It's opening, it's kind of like reprogramming something within the brain in a way, like neuro functions. The ancient ones, Ouroboros, symbol of the serpent dragon, with its tail in its mouth, is allegorically devouring itself and clinically being reborn over and over. The word Ouroboros literally means tail devouring. The Ouroboros also represents the consuming or swallowing of external information and experiences that then travels into the inner unseen realms of existence. Wow. Some Ouroboros' images are in the circle 0 shape. Others are in the 8 shape. Both images apply eternity. The Ouroboros is all about eternity and the infinite cycle of creation and destruction in nature, and the multidimensional levels of awareness from surface to literal, to symbolic and transcendental. The Ouroboros speaks of life out of death and resurrection. The Ouroboros speaks of life out of death and resurrection. ancient Greeks, Chinese, Egyptians, Aztecs, Gnostics, and Phoenicians all used symbols to explain the recycling infinity of everything. The Ouroboros is also symbolic of our Milky Way galaxy. So this is talking about the yin and the yang, your inner and outer world. Infinity, eternal and rebirth, reincarnation, past life, cycles, giving and receiving, energy exchange, returning, completion, and recycling. So it's like going through these steps within yourself. So you're like in infinite space. I said somebody's like very, like your dreams, I would say, like you're finishing up cycles on other, and I'm like, I don't know how that's possible, because, you know, physically it's like your body's here, but you have to understand this is much greater than what you are doing, and your choices that you're making now is you've stepped outside of a specific cycle or pattern. Because I kept drawing, remember in my child messages, lots of circles, 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 and then we've got the flower here. And if you look by her brain, there's like circles, so these waves of frequencies that come in. Thank you guys for hitting the like button. I appreciate it. I surely do. Flower of life. All right, so this is like, this is what's manifesting through this. So using your intuition here and understanding like the deeper meanings of life. And it's not just to know. This is really important that somebody here is able to remember. All right. And this key is hidden within you. All right, and this remembrance, it's slowly unlocking it, but there's so much doubt that somebody has. I'm seeing Ra and Horus through this card. And an Egyptian could be very, very prominent here too with those dreams, as well as like tribal living, okay? Native American pastime. Somebody travels somewhere because in this realm, like there is somebody, I've seen the beauty, beautiful. Somebody's mesmerized by somebody in a different realm. Like, I don't know how to say that in that way. It's not just your looks. It's just somebody here's like a remnant. It's very rare energy that somebody has. It's like being able to, you know, like a blood type, like AB positive, you know, being able to give to many others. Somebody here gets a very unique absorption of light or energy, energetic rays, the transmissions, more or less. There's companionship here too. You know, I want to say too, like two people meet through whatever this realm is that you've traveled to. I think somebody's unaware at this time, or very aware. You know, somebody's a savior and a hero here. I see lover. Third eye, manifesting in meditation. Okay, so these great profound experiences are coming through that. You really are connecting with some sort of very high vibrational frequency or realm that is evolving within you and around you. Somebody sees like little portals open up, or like black spots, or you could see you're blipping in and out of time and space and whatever that is. What's up, Alicia? All right, 29. Too, like somebody is being guided here. Be very intentional about the things that you're doing. Your food, your water. Walk through your day with awareness, connection. Somebody here's like super, they can perceive things through frequency. Like you walk into a space and you get this psychic impression of things that have happened, whether in no matter what millennia. I'm hearing. Same thing, read souls. Somebody here reads souls and is able to like, I heard divert. Maybe there is something about a diversion here, but don't go that way, go that way. I think there's been a miscommunication too, like about somebody's intentions. And I also said about intuition. I was going to say intuition. So the flower of life is the geometric two-dimensional template that represents the self-organizing unfolding of everything in dimensional layers of the living universe that fractures from the micro to the macro. I just thought of West, the galactic line 144. Huh. The geometrical circular pattern with evenly based overlapping circles creates a continuous six-petaled flower design that also contains the Star of David hexagon shape when intersecting points are lined up. Within the template is Metatron's cube, and as the pattern expands in a fractal fashion, also dimensionally, the hypercube. As this pattern expands in a fractal fashion, also dimensionally, the hypercube. The hexagram contains all 5 Platonic solids of physical matter: tetrahedron, cube, octahedron, dodecahedron, and icosahedron. This is above my pay grade. You could be thinking that too, of like some of these things that you're intercepting. The flower of life is the symbolic visual expression of all and source that interconnects, contains, and weaves all life, dimensions, and living information as above, so below. Some have equated it to the Akashic records. Wow. Is it above my pay grade? My nose is itching, you know. Some initiates often use the sacred geometric flower of life pattern as a meditation modality. Oh, whoa. To invoke complex states of dimensional awareness and degrees of spiritual enlightenment. The flower of life is a simple representation of the holographic geometry, the mechanics of natural law and conscious awareness, and of paradigm understanding, inspiration, wonder, spiritual awareness. What the hell? Awe. I am in awe. Insightful, fascination, epiphany, dreams, depth, space, and time, understanding and perceiving. What? Whoa. See, somebody's like blown wide open with like this intellect. This is amazing. I literally have goosebumps all over my entire being right now. Wow. The world is blessed to have you. And it's like, maybe you did sacrifice something, 44. You sacrificed something to be where you are, many things. But what the universe gives back to you is so transformed to where it ever could be without an awakening, so in depth and at such a higher level for the collective here, the pentagram. Okay, and I'm just being guided to read this because I've opened up to it twice here. So, the pentagram. The Akashic records in the pentagram. The pentagram's after the Akashic record. Somebody's hiding behind a symbol, hiding behind a sacrilegion, or in some way it's like destiny versus the fated life. This energy, like decoding. Somebody tried to decode something here. Alright, and there's judgment over something. What somebody knows, this research, what's been inside. There's been a lot of work done here to tie or to understand the Akashic record here. Somebody has complete awareness of this. This has gone done through interdimensionally. This is when the psychic awareness opens. You'll know exactly what you need to know. You will be able to see ancient Greeks and Gnostics, okay, a symbolic of the Milky Way galaxy. So even like your star patterns, star names, star codes here. Activating the third eye. So this is like you're going to get your answers through this meditative state. If you've been asking yourself about feeling that energy of like being closed out, having this spiritual work done on you, I will say there is, not everybody has good intentions, but what's destined is destined to be. You have to be able to believe in your own power and calling that back. And somebody here is like highly protected through this angelic realm, like so protected through this dream state, because I did see that in that dream catcher in that cart. Somebody making it look as if somebody refused to call from the divine. like to energetically encode or imprint something in such a way. Set yourself free. Somebody here is being guided like to set yourself free. Speak up, speak a truth. Loving, caring, and soul here to help. Look, activation, light codes, and dream. I said dream modes, downloads. So there's a deeper thinker tied to the Akashic gifts, bro. As above, so below. Someone loves you. Dude, this is like a huge blessing. This is like huge blessing. I'm talking about when I say somebody communicates through light years away, this is some sort of very super activation that somebody has. Love struck. And I keep feeling like somebody loves. And when they say love, it's like deeply loves you. It's a very unique bond that comes through this. Or that's something here that's being encoded or enlightened with. I have goosebumps. And on this tattoo, and I just keep wanting to rub it, is be strong and courageous. Joshua 1:9. The name Joshua could be very prominent here too. Okay, there's been a lack of responsibility out here with light codes. Okay, so I was asking about that too. Astral projection and telepathic. Wow. So these are those codes, and it's like I feel like somebody's trying to have some sort of interference within that. See, this is like you're so loved, Christ consciousness. You're like God's baby. This creation. You know, wow, physically abused, mental abuse. You know, it's like, is that, I was asking telepathically, is that like the throat chakra? Somebody's releasing something right now out of the throat, up and off and out. You know, releasing this. It's a physical, it's something that's been in the physical too. You know, I keep saying, yes, somebody's done work. Somebody's done work. And this is like even imprinted on through the physical abuse or some sort of mental abuse, trying to keep somebody trapped in a cycle. Evil trying to stop light. You cannot make it up. You cannot make it up. And I'm seeing, yes, melding with the higher self through forgiveness, though. It's like you rose above that instead of attaching to whatever that outcome would be or the reaction state. You took your power and you called it back by paying it no attention. You know, because your energy's flowing in a different realm, in a different way now. Understanding that there's always going to be, especially on this walk, unawakened people, always attacking people that have the light, want to break them down, pick them off, and your soul's elevated from that. You know, there's an obsessed energy. I told you, somebody out here has an obsessed energy with what you're doing. You will understand in time. See, the angels are on this. They understand that this would be something... we're all truly one, yeah, that would help you go to the situational awareness, you know. And it's even crazy is like this is an aspected version of yourself, like through this Akashic record, that you're you know, see, it says targeted here and hard worker. So you could be somebody who's really working and trying to heal past wounds and trauma here. And because of this work that you're doing, I see car accident. Light army's here to help. So the light army's here, like, I do feel like there's alternate forces that are coming through. Energy of ascended master within. Yeah, it's like being understood, like your imprint. Somebody drinks coffee, or like it says coffee, energized, I love you. So somebody's moving out of that lower lack of self-love, because that's where that vibration attaches and pulls down, right? And we get sucked in that humanism. Evil trying to stop light again. Alright. Dark Witch, shut the fudge up. You know, I don't have very many of these cards in here. Miscommunication, different vibrational frequency. Mercury retrograde, see, vibrational frequency. Like, this energy is irritated or irritated by you, you know, and it's because that you've overcome some sort of obstacle by melding with your higher self. Choosing this ascension process to go within and see. Something great is on its way, yay. Alright, I'm being guided to look at the back of this one. The one that is meant for you. Maybe there was sabotage around... you know, I feel like something too shifted. If somebody was with somebody, something happened in such a way, like something was... Truth is... This is a real truth. Okay, it says this real... So much growth, congratulations. So somebody's finally tapping into the golden light and the energy. You've been cloaked. So whatever was happening is like that energy imprint actually went through the divine, time-stamped as like your signature, right? Somebody, you know, being able to pick up on that in whatever way. I'm hearing a Dreamweaver. Dissecting codes or trying to understand a specific code, but something so ancient or inscripted or encoded, like they don't connect in that way. They could never interpret it or understand it, and there's like a booby trap on your energy that if they would try to use it, it would flag or signal something here. You know, there's a surveyor of energy that's surveying something that was done here. you're being lifted up to a new level here, and it's like that energy. Look, she's lifting the light, you know, and it's like going to your rightful place of where you truly belong, you know, because in some ways there's a remake or a redo in this lifetime for somebody to get something right or to do something in such a way. You know, if somebody's really traveled through the subconscious and locked many aspects of themselves and shown grace and love and forgiveness within that, it's like understanding that all things are connected and having like, you need to know like you're connected to something bigger, okay? You just are. And this is, yeah, Starseed Indigo. They kept having me tap that. Big event coming. Big event coming. Good soul awakening to everything. Okay, so it's like nothing could stop or penetrate this. There is something here that you do in the future that's known, it's prophecy or in some way. I'm hearing reverent, but a remnant energy. Okay, there's this remnant energy, and it's like there's a group of you that do this together, that decode it or are able to harness this energy at the same time, or awakening at different levels. Like something, the playing field is being leveled out at this time, okay? Because this new level is, they feel like a savior, a hero comes in, okay? This is a warrior that comes in. Whether this is coming aspected through you or this is like, you know, they're talking about fasting and deprivation, okay? So, you know, somebody here does really good when they fast and they don't eat. You know, they're able to connect in such a way. Seating more light, having more room, you know, where the light's stored. There's a use of technology out here that, I see infantry and navy, a hermit, there's some sort of exile here. It goes so deep. It's like that something would be known about energy imprint or something that's to come, because there's other seers that work for different forces and sides, right? Everybody's like, oh, I'm going to call the FBI, the CIA, and you have to realize, dude, certain entities are benefactors if certain things turn out a specific way, whether this comes monetarily, energetically, or something that would be gained or received or perceived in such a way to where there would be power control, not just from today. Maybe if they took a loss, like an election, they would sit it out, and when they came back, you know, they were already planning or have, you know, they're setting things up for future events to unfold in such a way. So there's a dichotomy and a diversity here in some way. This unique bond that somebody else shares, like I'm going to say, this grounding that you need in whatever way comes through it. This is a unique bond that is just like something's confidential here and some contract. Like somebody doesn't understand, a CEO, a business leader, or some way that I see jackpot. So many spirit guides are saying, yeah, somebody is fucking corrupt. Okay, this is a corrupt. This is confidential contacts. So I've been picking up on that spying energy, but there's a grounding the light and not being able to intercept that. You hit the jackpot here, and some of these could even be your own friends in whatever way that is. You know, you seek that solitude, you know, and within that, like you finally have found this this creative person. I do feel like there is a meeting here, because look, you know, they're catching up at this place. They're running into each other here, and somebody here spends a lot of time alone. Look at him. He's with his aquariums and his making mini ecosystems or whatever that is. Maybe somebody does that. But somebody is in competition with this energy of solitude that somebody is in. Look, solitude. These two different beings at the same time are working on these aspects of themselves. Somebody here could have red hair too. You've given up something for this unique bond, and it's like there's a halo around both of you. All right, there's something that's very fortunate. It says the fortune that comes through. Somebody could, Ashley, with me seeing fortune, could be receiving a shitload of money. Just a crap load of money in one of the most craziest ways, whether this is a lawsuit that goes through or some sort of confidential contacts or something was released, or even just this wisdom and knowledge that you have about some sort of, you know, here in Timelands, confidential goes over Egypt, you know, and the money that's been transported, or gold. All right, anything else that wants to come out on that? Extra weight in life. So somebody could be heavy, okay, and that really, I see a military official, so there could be like a heavy set military official that just could be standing out. That's significant. Self-sacrifice, no boundary. All right, we've got hospital. Somebody could be hospitalized right now too. Somebody that was a military official in whatever way. This person could be overweight. February 11th is very prominent here. All right, somebody's talking about how the creativity is key. There's a book here that has an answer that somebody's looking for. It's interesting. I laid these out on top of a book, so there could be paper stacked on top of it, and it could have a crease in it where it's just kind of open in a space like that. Hi, honey. How was school?
Mid. Sleeping.
Sacral chakras healing from sexual attachment, and destined union of 2 star seeds come out.
And the sun blew today.
Beautiful day, huh?
Yeah, it's actually really nice.
Alright guys, give me just a second, and then I'll clear the spread and I'll see what's coming in for the anybody who's interested in the relationship aspects.
Holy shit.
Yeah, there's some tires on.
Yeah.
$416 joules. Yeah. Thanks, guys. Woohoo! Okay. These 3 fell, soon as Bear Dog. I feel so much unconditional love for you, the kind where I want you to be happy, even if I'm not there with you, at Ace of Cups. Okay, so I'm just asking for, like, because I did feel like an overall energy that was coming through this manifestation, or it is almost like calling in this soulmate, too, as you step into this presence, this energy that you're able to, I heard conduct, or to settle in with. I hide behind material things. You inspire me so much to create new projects and manifest all of my desires, to be able to provide for you financially. The Page of Pentacles. And I'm finding out the truth crushed me came out here. Finding out the truth crushed me. Okay. Holy Spirit, Holy Angels, I just want to clear that energy. I want to see what's coming through for those that are in relationships, for those that watch my channel, those that are connected through that. Most important. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thanks for hitting the like button. Appreciate it. From the down yonder. Alright. Finding out the truth crushed me still stays on the bottom. I don't know how to deal with intense emotions, so I walk away and try to distract myself with other things. I'm starting to understand our connection. So maybe why things frustrated somebody here in whatever way that could be. That could just be something that, you know, if somebody here is feeling frustrated by the actions of others, you know, I feel so much unconditional love for you. The kind where I want to be happy even if I'm not there with you. Ace of Cups, you know. Alright. Let's look at crucial timing first before we pull any cards for the situation or the read, things that might be playing out. For those that are looking for some sort of synchronicity or sign. I'm hearing the name Serenity. I'm hearing allocate. I am a giver, a healer, but healing myself isn't easy alone. No, I feel you on that. What's up, Toby? What's up, Buttercup? Ooh. Ash, Alicia is a sweetheart, huh? Just checking in today. If you are happy, hope you are all doing great. What up, reader to seeker? I don't know if that's what that stands for. That's what I picked up on it. Hoping all of you are well. Woohoo! Toby, where are you watching from? Are you military? What's up, Susan? Super stuff, Casey. Thank you, Ryan Berkeley. Yeah, really interesting information to get into. You know, it is. And as I'm starting, like, even as I read these messages, it's like I feel sense of many things and energies around me. And it's like this communication wave. It really is like, really show your body a lot of care right now at this time. You know, really giving into the solace within yourself. Treat your body good. You know, that's so important at this time. Just to really bring in that light, really intentions when you eat your food or as you're falling asleep, you know. Remember to go into your mind and cleanse it. And it's so simple, just call on the light. Invoke your angel guides. I call on my angels and spirit guides. December, give and receive to have all the resources you need. Love, family, giving, and kindness. So this, I'm asking for this love read when things are going to turn about. All right, and then I'm also seeing Cancer, and behind that is Scorpio time. So these are prominent Caesars. And you got Caesars. Caesar might be a name. Caesar. Scorpio time, Cancer, and Pisces. Wow, there's all water signs, and I see one Capricorn, the goat out here. All right, so December's prominent here. Okay, timing is fragile. There's clarity and precision that comes through here. Ripening. So reap the rewards of what you have planted. All right. So we're talking about love here. We're talking about for those that are interested in that frequency here, relationship-wise, for the highest good of those that, you know, see, talking about trust, and there's no problem. I heard there's no problem here. Breathe deep. Know that all is well with the soul. All is well. December. All right. From this deck, let's see what we have. Show me some overall on your side. How are you feeling? Bear dog, you get out of that. How are you feeling at this time? Your personal energy. We'll do you at them, okay? We're just going to try to take a look, and I will intuit from there. All right, you got everything you know. Everything you know. Bear dog, out. Get. Everything. Everything you want. It's instead of saying want, it's a typo. What? Everything you what is on the other side of the unknown. It's a typo in there. Everything you what? Questions. A spiritual writer. You're being called to explore sharing knowledge, insight, and wisdom through written words to bring clarity and healing. You know, there's just very beautiful teacher energy that shows up here, right? So I see that, you know, you know, in whatever way that there is something that you've sacrificed. You know, there's divine guidance that's coming through, as well as clarity for you, for the watcher, okay? And I feel like you're on a quest here, very much on a spiritual quest here of deeper revelations, planetarial movements, some sort of mastery with the number 44 out here, some sort of path. I do believe that there's a new relationship that's starting here. There's something about celebrating something here. I do see pregnancy, a new romance, a love, you know. Something could feel very guided or brought on by angelic frequencies, okay? There's some sort of miracle that comes from, this is just a channel message for somebody here. You know, there's guardian angels around something after some sort of tower. You know, if somebody's worried about losing a child, or if this child's coming back, I want to say yes. Like, there's an outpouring of love and a celebration for somebody who is able to finally get pregnant. And I look over here and she is pregnant. It's like a gift that comes. There's a new beginning here for you. All right, on the spiritual quest. Pure happiness. Never apologize for what brings you joy. Only you understand where you truly belong and where you can find your safe space. Follow your bliss. Okay, so you're showing up as somebody who is an intuitive, a writer, somebody who's very family, you know, because this is centered on time here. Not that that is, you know, kindness, giving, and family, okay? This is something that you two, I would say, both would share at this space and time. So I want to see how they're showing up from the same deck. This is just a mix of cards, oracle cards that I have together. Some are my spiritual gifts, deeper inner healing, the mystical force oracle, and, you know, my cards have been moved around a lot. And they've gotten all mixed up, but nonetheless they deliver, you know, such diverse messages. It's really cool. I was guided just to kind of blend some of them together. So for this person's energy over here, I do feel like there is something that has to do with a blended family also that creates some sort of new beginning as well. It's talking about giving and receiving, to have all of the resources that you need. Okay, so family, love, kindness, everything you want is on the other side of the unknown. It's like somebody could be questioning here too, a shared aspect of like what's on the other side of that. Never apologize. Okay, so for this person's energy, let's take a look at that. Perspective is a matter of where you stand for this person. All right, from the Oversoul, Ascended Masters, Archangels. The door is open. Woo! Pure intentions can open doors in the universe and make impossible possible. Believe deeply in goodness and watch the magic happen. Holy crap. Are you guys still there? Oh, and this is just getting so good. And my computer just died too. Oh, crying. My phone's on 5%. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to leave these cards right here. I'm going to charge for my phone for a minute, for probably, you know, and go put my laptop on there so I have a backup, and be back in like 25 minutes, okay? And I will label this the love of two spiritual warriors, okay? So look for it. I love you guys all. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Thank you guys for hitting the like button. Thank you guys for your comments. Thank you for spending your day with me and your time on here. I know it's a long read. So happy to have all of you guys. You know what? Life is what you make it. And there's a lot of spiritual insight that came through. You know, protect your energy, call in the white light, and know that there's a door in love here with some sort of spiritual writer. It feels like this is going to be a storyline or something that comes in that's very less channeled and more like a love story. I keep hearing. Okay, so thank you guys so much. I love you. Hit the like button. Come back. Leave a like. Double like. It lets the algorithm know that we're liked. We're liked. All right. It's a beautiful day. I'm super excited right now and like a new burst of energy. All right, I'm going to create the post, plug in my phone, and I'll see you guys. Deuces. Kisses from Idaho. Mwah.